to get inside of that element there, and the box is now seen. So now what I can do is I can then export this. And I'm going to click export. I'm going to use the default settings. If I wanted to use transparent background, I could do it. So if you have a case where you have colors and you still are concerned about whether or not it's going to appear uniformly, and we can save this SketchWow file also. So that's our image with SketchWow. There's one more image creation platform we do want to look at, and that's going to be Napkin AI. And we're going to take a look at that one now. And Napkin AI is advantageous to us because we can create visuals and we are not going to be subject to any limits that either ChatGPT or Gemini can impose upon us. And so if you've been creating a number of images with ChatGPT or you've been doing a number of them with Gemini and you reach your limit, you could be in a bind in terms of the timing of your project. So you can pay for Napkin AI when you know you have a project, and when you don't have a project, you can bow out of the subscription. There is no penalty for canceling. We're going to click sign in. We're going to import our file into Napkin. We're going to select the entire document. We're going to generate the visual, and Napkin will help us to, and we can choose through a number of different visuals. We're not going to go through that entire process here, but Napkin will allow you several ways in which you can express the image. Right? So if you like one better than the other one, you can do it. Okay, so we're going to assume now that we have our image. If we hover over here and we come to this area, we can choose the aspect ratio. We want a widescreen or 16:9. We can then export this image or download it. The other benefit of using Napkin would be it's very easy to then turn your script into a book. So you can use these very same pages for that process. So what we want to do now is we want to come over into ElevenLabs with our script. And once we have our script in ElevenLabs, we can then choose a voice and then we can generate our audio. And we want to do this in real time because if there are any problems that we need to correct, we're going to correct them here in ElevenLabs. We do want to give this a title so we'll know what we're doing. Then we want to click the generate button. And once again, you want to make sure that this element is turned on. If this element looks like this, you don't want to have it. You want to make sure that it looks like a music note and a document. And so if you have that there, you can then start the generation process. One thing that you may want to do that will help the AI, you can put a period after that first title and it'll typically know when to pause. So we're going to make sure we highlight this and now we click generate.
From knowledge to wisdom, a clear path to mastering intelligent tools. Learning any powerful tool follows a natural progression. First comes knowledge, then comes understanding, finally comes wisdom. These three stages mirror how people have learned complex skills for centuries. They also provide a clear path for learning and mastering modern tools that assist thinking and creation. Knowledge is the first stage. Knowledge is about exposure. It is about seeing what exists and becoming familiar with basic terms and features. At this stage, you are not expected to perform well. You are simply collecting pieces. You read, watch, and observe. With intelligent tools, this means learning what the tool can do, what types of tasks it supports, and what inputs it accepts. Knowledge answers the question, what is this? Understanding is the second stage. This is where connections form. You begin to see why things work the way they do. You test ideas and notice patterns. You learn how changing your input changes the output. Instead of copying examples, you start adjusting them. With intelligent tools, understanding means learning how instructions, context, and structure influence results. Understanding answers the question, how does this work? Wisdom is the third stage. Wisdom is applied understanding. It is knowing what to do, when to do it, and when not to do it. Wisdom shows up in judgment and restraint. You stop asking the tool to think for you and start using it to extend your thinking. You design better inputs because you understand the outcome you want. Wisdom answers the question, when should I use this and why? These three stages align with a classical learning path. First, you gather information. Second, you reason with that information. Third, you apply it in real situations. When learning intelligent tools, many people get stuck in the first stage. They collect prompts, templates, and examples, but never move beyond imitation. Mastery comes from moving through all three stages intentionally. Start by learning the basics without pressure. Then experiment. Change one thing at a time and observe results. Finally, step back and evaluate. Ask whether the output truly serves your goal or simply looks impressive. When used with wisdom, intelligent tools become partners in learning, not shortcuts that weaken thinking. They help clarify ideas, test assumptions, and refine communication. They do not replace effort, they reward it. By following the path from knowledge to understanding to wisdom, you build lasting skill. You do not just use the tool, you master the process behind it. And that mastery transfers to every new system you choose to learn next.
Okay, so this is appropriate. We can then export this audio. We can click export, and we will then download this audio to our hard drive. And we do, again, want to make sure that we did listen to everything in the audio before we get to the construction stage. So we've got a clean audio. We can then download the audio. So now we've chosen our visual. We can now create the animation. So we're going to upload our visual to a visual animator. In this case, we're going to use SpeedPaint. You can use the one that works best for you. We can then choose one of the images. Now, again, we have 4 images. They're all the same image, but typically what you would do is you would do these one at a time. And so this particular application works with one image at a time. So we're going to pull in one of the images that we're going to choose for our standard. So we're going to go ahead and choose the Nano Banana set of images. That would mean then that we're going to need to be able to complete the entire course using Nano Banana. But we're going to start with this image. So inside Speed Paint, we're going to do is we're going to pull all of these to 50 seconds. Now, this total video is going to be about 1 minute and 32 seconds. And that's going to give us long enough for the entire video to render. And you'll see what I mean here when we get inside of Pictory. But what we're going to do now is we're going to go to sketching options. We are going to leave the default settings. We're going to go to a custom sequence.